Okay, it's good.
It's like,
Like, I don't know how to tell if it's started.
Alright.
No, I've synced them.
Alright, I hit start.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi. Welcome to my home.
Again.
Again, part 2.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
So, I thought we could start by, because Katie her class is so different than ours, if we can just like kind of talk about what we're learning in our class. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
To everyone?
Sounds good to me.
I want to know it all.
Yeah.
So,
I just wanted to teach you.
Like, do you have? I don't know how to do this though. What do you
well,
guys-
do you mean like what we are supposed to be doing for the videos, or what we learn physically in class?
Concepts and theories from course readings and handouts and class discussions.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
I think that's what she said.
Yeah, because it'll be like
Concepts and
a
theories.
study group plus like
Okay.
let Katie know what we're learning.
Okay.
I like it. That's good.
Okay.
That works for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
where do we start?
By not.
By not.
Oh, good one, guys.
You're welcome.
That's
Good
one of
one.
our things.
So one of our concepts that we're learning about is starting by not starting, which I still don't understand genuinely.
I now do.
Oh,
Because I had experienced it the other day, and it was pretty great.
Okay.
So, my understanding is that, of course, it would work with a group that's kind of already established. So if we were to just sit here and just be like, waiting, it would be weird. But as the facilitator, you want the group to lead your discussion and start everything. Or you can do it with like individuals too, but we're doing groups now. So instead of like starting the group and being like, hey guys, like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, let's get going. This is what we're going to talk about today. What do you think?
Yeah.
Rather
That's
than
what
that.
I just did. So not what I just
So
did
not
is
what she
ideal,
did.
but I did it now so we can be like more focused today than we were last time.
True.
Yeah.
We need
That
to
was my
focus.
goal in doing that. So sorry.
But Cameron
Go
would get all up in arms, like the
Yeah.
group should be focused on what the group wants to be focused on.
Yeah.
And like I feel like he would say that would start the norm of like everybody looking to me then to lead, and so that's what you're trying to avoid, really,
Mhm.
like not being the leader, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's
So,
very confusing. Like
You're the
leading without leading.
facilitator, but you're not facilitating.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Lead by not leading.
yeah. Start by
tugboat
not
You
along.
starting.
tugboat.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like she'll be there like help us along when we need it and like
Mm-hmm.
pulse a bit, but like mostly she's gonna be like just
Us doing
one of us.
But I do like that part. I like, the group gets to decide everything because it is, the group's group. But I think I struggle with starting by not starting because, in theory, how do you know that the group has started? Because I know at, like, my placement and Chucky's placement, if we were to do that, like, okay, we're not going to start. Either the guys would just be sitting there talking for an hour with absolutely no purpose, or once they think it's, like, 10:30, it's time for group, they would all just stop and, like, look at the facilitator. Like,
But also if you look at it, that's how that group has been set
Yeah,
to
right.
run.
Yeah.
So they've been like they're waiting. So like Amanda said, like they're constantly gonna look to us to run it or look to whoever's in charge that day to facilitate them because that's how they've been like trained and that's what they know.
Yeah.
It's never been a group where like I feel like I just said like way too many times.
that's okay.
But I feel that
It's
if
not
you're-
okay.
It's not okay. I know. I legit just kicked
It's
myself in the
just
butt.
fine.
But
So yeah, I think like what you're talking about is norms and rules. So we talk about that too, like how they can limit the work really, because if you're already established and you do, it's just like always repeating the same pattern of behavior
So this
in your
would
role.
this would have to start out kind of as a group norm, starting by not starting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can't be something that you then just like you start doing. So then
Yeah,
I feel like
Well,
that's
yeah.
the struggle.
But then
I
how
think
is
you
that?
can. But
How could you do that? Your day one of running a group. How
Mhm.
could you start by not starting? What would that look like for the clients? Like if
Yeah.
you're supposed to follow a set curriculum, like how do you
right.
do that without it being like you were saying, like people just talking to each other and it not actually bringing anything to the table?
I think Jess has an answer.
Aha.
Yes.
I was just thinking about Cameron's class because he always lets us like smooge first or whatever it is.
Schmoozing is in
Schmoozing.
my notes.
So then, so you sit there and you just talk, but then you
I
like
think I
pick
wrote
up
it
on
down.
what the clients are saying, and you start commenting on what they're saying, and then you somehow wrap it back to like the actual lesson that you're teaching.
Yeah.
So I,
yeah.
so I think for this example, then, if I kind of generally getting at this, would be Amanda saying, you know, this is what I want the topic to be. We then passed it over to me, who said, starting by not starting, which I don't understand.
Mhm.
So it became the group then discussing it.
Mhm.
So then you and I might now have a better understanding of it. But then maybe Amanda brings it back to, this is groups. Like, so it's kind of the clients deciding then, I guess, what they're doing.
Really client-led
Yeah.
rather than us following, like you said, like a set curriculum. Like he also doesn't believe in like topics, and
Right.
in a sense, it's like the most structured, unstructured group ever.
Yeah.
So different than what I've been learning in groups.
Yeah.
Literally completely opposite. I mean, we're creating a curriculum. We create
Yeah.
every day what you're supposed to talk about, what activity you're supposed to do, how it's supposed to be run. We anticipate issues in the group, but like
Oh,
that's
Right.
about it.
Yeah.
We're about the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
we are a group. Be in groups.
Yeah.
We fall into an issue and just have to group our way through it.
Yeah.
And like topics find
So
us. It's
sort of
what's on our mind that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like something that happened at internship we want to talk about. We bring it to the group, and somehow it ends up connecting, or we make it connect to like what we're learning and what we're discussing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He talks about the concept of structure and having that curriculum like that. A lot of people do it to reduce anxiety, but on the role of the facilitator. Because if you're walking in and you're like, "This is what we're gonna do today," it's like there for you. It's you're not at the whim of the group, because the group is really at like your whim of leading.
Like
Yeah,
I found like a lot
so
of
it's-
response to it, like the starting but not starting, and like I know like Molly said this a lot. Is that like, I think you have at least.
Probably.
Like what if like you don't know, like if they bring up something that you're not prepared to talk about, or you don't know enough about.
Yeah.
So like if you go into this group and it's like young kids and they want to talk about something you're just, it's not something
Like
that's
a
in like
taboo
your like
subject?
field house. Or
Well,
yeah.
like sex. What if like you're there
Yeah.
and the kids are like 12 and they want to sex?
I have an
What would you
internship
do?
like thing as well about this. When I was facilitating last month, we were doing a ritual, which Cameron doesn't like also.
Yeah.
But we do our burning topics at the beginning. And the clients get to, you know, discuss things that are on their mind, things that have been worrisome that week. A lot of the times it is drug related, but sometimes it's just anything related. And one of our guys was like, you know, we waited for everyone else to go through, and he goes, well, I've got a burning topic, and hands me 2 pieces of paper, and they're both news articles. And he was like, these have been like really hot in the news, and they're on my mind. And I sat there and I looked at them, and one was about a housing bill that I had no idea about, and the other one was about medical marijuana, which I didn't feel comfortable talking about in a substance abuse group. So if we did go with those, and I got advice afterwards from our main facilitator, like what to do in those situations, but I like casually tried to like talk about them, but I had no idea what I was talking about, and it ultimately was just me rambling about nonsense. So I think that's a really hard thing. I have brought that topic up.
Yeah.
That like, what if you do get something that you're not prepared for, and you're not, because I know I just awkwardly rambled.
So what did they say? Whoever you asked, what did you say? The
So,
facilitator?
The main facilitator, who's also an intern with us, but she's now part-time there, so they hired her as an official counselor. She suggested that if situations like that arise, to hand it back over to the client and be like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
well, why is this upsetting to you, or do you want to talk about this?
Yeah.
So instead of me taking the role on myself, be like, okay, well, this is clearly on your mind.
Right.
What's happening? What's going on?
Talk about it.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
She's like the female version of Cameron. It's great.
It's
We
true.
love her.
But also, you pretty much just like she answered the question of like how to
Yeah.
with the starting by not starting. It's just like
Let them keep
not
going.
like deflect it back to the group, but like
Yeah.
so say like you went into the group of like 12-year-olds and they're like, we want to talk about like sex, and then you can be like, why is that an important subject to you? What's bringing this up? Did something happen? Is there something you really want to talk
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Like what is really going on? or it could always just be that they're young kids and they want to talk about sex.
Yeah.
But it could also be that usually there's some underlying issue is what we're finding out that.
Right.
Well, even in a group of adults, if they were like, we want to talk about sex, I feel like it'd be like,
But why?
yeah.
We've talked about that before too, like taboo subjects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Sex
when did
is
we
one
talk
of
about
them.
sex?
Anger.
No, taboo
Sex,
subject.
anger,
Death.
Death.
Death was one of
I
them.
have one list.
What was the other one? Dependency.
Dependency. Yeah.
Such as
I
being
might have
just
that
being
list
too
as well,
dependent on
actually.
each other.
We are. Oh my gosh. But that's the other thing too, though. I'm thinking about sex again. But if you don't like tugboat that, it's gonna be really awkward because you can get all into like talking about condoms and protection and this, that, the other, but they can really be wanting to talk about like, I'm already pregnant. What do I do now?
Yeah.
So you never know like what's going
Yeah.
on in the client's mind and what they really want to talk about within that taboo
Yeah.
subject that I'm interested in.
I wrote taboo subjects and put nothing underneath it.
Okay.
That's
So
all.
it's anger, death, sex,
I can remember.
Dependency.
writing this down.
I think it was those four. Because he added in anger and Chucky was like, nah.
Yeah.
That's when I had that
is the
real
class
big
I am in.
confusion with like why
Yeah.
anger was hard to talk about.
Yeah.
So I don't see anger as a problem.
I don't think
I mean, it's not that I don't see anger as a problem. That's a horrible thing
I'm
to say.
sorry. I keep getting up.
Anger is a problem, but I feel like it's a reaction to a problem. So I feel like it's not
Yeah.
Yeah.
the taboo subject. I feel the taboo subject is what's causing the anger, but that wasn't what was it.
Well, see,
I think we
and I think
talked-
that's what I got stuck on.
I think we talked about it too, anger being a taboo subject, because it's like, if you're in a group and you're talking about something, then one member seems to be irrationally angry. It's like, do you address that? Do you call attention to them? Like,
So-
do you work through it?
I think I almost challenged myself then. Am I allowed to do that? Is that in the rules?
There are no
There are
rules.
no rules.
There are
But
clearly
there are
rules.
plenty of
The
rules.
rules say
There are
just
plenty of
challenge.
rules.
But in
So
theory,
This is really
Well, no.
confusing me.
Because I think last week that was the situation I was in.
Mhm.
I feel like I got irrationally angry, but to me at the time it was completely justified. And then it became something completely different.
yeah.
And it wasn't that, to me, I thought that it was like taboo to talk about, why I was angry.
Yeah.
But I think for me at the time it was that I didn't want to misplace what the emotion was. So it wasn't actually anger, even though that's how it came off at first.
Yeah.
It's clearly a hot mess of something else.
Yeah.
But I understand why, it is kind of taboo. At first, no one wanted to talk about why I was angry
Yeah.
or the fact I was angry.
Yeah.
We just glazed over it.
Yeah, like
Oh,
as
yeah.
your friend, I was like, I want to talk to you so bad
Yeah.
right now, but then it was
Right.
class, and I'm like, I'm not gonna
Mhm.
do it. Like,
I mean, that's the
Yeah.
thing too, is that
Yeah.
we're also like emotionally connected. That like if
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
hurts one of you guys, like it's gonna hurt me as a friend. So like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna either stand up
Yeah.
and like take care of it for you because
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
incapable at that
So,
moment.
what happened though?
Yeah.
Like one of the group members who was facilitating, she actually like brought it up.
Yeah.
So that's how she
Yeah.
ran a little bit.
So it happened at the end of our first group session. What ended up happening was there was a comment that was made that made all of us a little bit uneasy, made me very, very visibly upset. And I completely shut down for an extended period. Then we had our little break, and then we came back and we had to do a second group. So she asked if we could process from what had happened in the previous group. I again was a hot mess. And then we kind of worked through it, and what we discussed was that was the deepest conversation that we had as a group. It was the most unsuperficial, we were all genuinely worried about each other and how each other were doing.
Yeah.
Which is extremely important to the cohesion, the group process, all of that.
And I think change worked a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely think, because not only did it show me that, there's some things that I need to change, but I know Jess, you had, because it was a conflict between Jess and I
Yeah.
that was brought out by someone else. But, basically,
We
Yeah.
always talk about Cameron in
I
my
know.
videos, guys.
but
Well, he shouldn't expect it.
well, no, but
Yeah,
I
well,
think there
yeah.
was.
For every video.
I mean, just wait for my video.
Sorry.
Sorry. I think that it definitely helped both Jess and I change. And it showed us stuff that maybe we didn't see before we had that conversation, before we had that group work.
Yeah.
So I think that, even though I was angry and I was emotional, I think the positive stuff that came out of it did help all of the group involved. So anger might not be such a taboo thing, just how it's handled.
Yeah. Right.
So now that I'm
Alright,
completely
so-
derailed.
Sorry.
So
So,
this time we have to go through its evaluating group effectiveness. So we have to go through this at the end.
Really? Wow. That's
Yeah.
a lot of things
not
to
gonna-
evaluate.
Yeah,
It's pretty
it's
quick.
quick,
Roll around
though.
with this though. We're gonna
It's
like
12
go
Yeah, we're
through
gonna
it.
get through.
yeah.
Yeah.
He said this should take no more than like 10 extra minutes.
Yeah.
On each video.
Purpose.
Alright, so
Sorry.
clarity of purpose of the group. It should be clear what the group is for.
It's for groups.
I feel
Groups.
like, yeah.
Every time. Group
Groups,
practice,
Group
group
practice, group process.
Clarity of goals of individual members. Members should be clear and ideally should be transparent about what they're working on, and they should explicitly work on these things in the group.
work.
I feel like we had a common goal to
Right.
just talk about what we're learning in class. I was
Yeah.
confused.
Sure, but I know like Molly might have had an individual goal of like learning more about starting but not
Yeah.
starting.
Definitely. And I think after this and talking it through, I think I do have a better understanding of it, even better than when we talked about it in class.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it was that. And I think I'm still a little bit stuck on the idea of doing these videos. But I liked the way this one went. I think I understand it a little bit more. I don't know if you do.
Nope.
All right.
Me either. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like for me, when I'm not facilitating, I never really have a goal. I kind of just make them up as we go along. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want to talk more about that. So focus. The work should be focused on the purpose of the group. Unfocused talk is probably not productive.
I feel like we
Feel
stayed
like
on track a
we're-
lot.
Group
Yeah.
system.
Groups.
I mean, even when we
Yeah.
got like distracted onto a new topic, it was a new topic under the whole group umbrella.
Yeah.
So I don't think we ended up talking about
Too much.
anything
Yeah.
else.
I'm gonna like read them all this time just so Katie hears them once, and then next time we can just like
Yeah.
I
do
mean,
it
we're
how
probably
we
gonna do
usually
it each
I
time.
could also probably hand her this. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to do that so that I haven't just
Mhm.
another one too?
Okay.
Yeah, just to make it quicker.
continue on.
Yeah.
All right. So co-facilitation.
4 o'clock.
Number 4,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I think we did pretty good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
at the
didn't like
beginning.
take the lead so much. I mean, you
Yeah,
started
just
it.
Yeah.
Like you set the
beginning.
platform, which is fine because we need that. I think.
Yeah.
In like
Yeah.
this setting, I think we do.
Yeah.
But I think after that, like we took over. Like we took starting but not starting, and like
Yeah.
a little bit we talked about everything else. So
Yeah.
We also
Okay.
helped each other. So like there was a point where like Jess wanted to say something, but she just was eating her popcorn.
Oh.
So I made like
No, she
a
did.
reference to
Oh.
like Jess having something to say.
Hmm.
So I think we did
that's-
better this
okay.
time.
Yeah, she saw
Okay.
me like spring
Yeah.
up like, aha! We
Yeah.
yeah. This. And then I was like, oh god, ignore that because they're talking.
Yeah. So like where Jess might
Yeah.
not have originally. Yeah.
Yes.
which
Good
goes
job.
in with the next one. which is
Cohesiveness. Yeah.
I think they were pretty
Mhm.
good. Poor Katie, I feel like is still kind of
Yeah.
out of it.
Confused as hell.
Yeah. I mean,
But it's
it makes
hard.
sense. 'cause
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the stuff we say, if you just heard it, you.
Tugboat? What does that
mean?
Yeah.
Prism.
Tugboat,
What?
prism, rhino. Inquiry.
I think we could have done better,
Yeah.
but I don't think we did a horrible job.
Yeah. I think inquiries kind of, I mean, I guess it would go with the focus of our group today, but we're
Yeah.
also kind of just reviewing.
See, that's
Yeah.
why like this part like
So-
gets really tricky because I'm like, how do I ask questions when like I'm just trying to help you by answering your question.
Right.
So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna meet your curiosity about this study group with questions about how you're feeling about your life.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna answer the question.
It is a hard balance, though, because we are supposed to
Yeah.
be doing, like, microcosm stuff, but also studying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, like, it's hard.
So
It's hard.
Studying
Risk-taking, not so much, I don't think.
yeah, I don't think we
I
took
I think our
Right.
risk is having Katie in our group in the sense
True.
that like we're bringing an outsider into our group where instead of having someone else
I don't like being called an outsider.
I mean,
okay.
are you? Well, we'll
you
discuss
were
that in the
homeless nurse
future.
last time,
Yeah.
so your
Yeah, right.
status is rising.
The only
But-
outsider
Have a
that I
field
am is
day
that I
with
don't
that,
take
don't
this
you worry.
class.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a risk for you
Yeah.
too, because I feel like it must be a lot to
To understand.
hear. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like
It's like hearing a bunch of people talk about inside jokes and just
Yeah,
sitting there.
Not knowing.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're sorry.
Sorry.
We'll stop doing that.
We're
Yeah,
not
it's
doing
Not
not
it.
that we
we
suck,
suck,
so
but-
it's
No.
fine.
It's not nice.
And
Two hours.
Subgroup.
Depth in the work. I mean, depth in the sense that we are understanding more things, but not depth in the sense of the way
What
it
we're
was
talking
last
about.
class. Yeah.
I mean, like, we're doing what we're supposed to, so.
Yeah. For one.
But it's not like we're gonna get like, well, how do you
Right.
feel about starting by not starting?
yeah.
I see
But we
that
could
Jess,
I
you're
think
eating
we
your
did
popcorn.
a little though. We were all a little uncomfortable with it. I don't think we didn't say that
Mhm.
explicitly, but I think that's the
Right.
underlying message is that we all kind of don't
Right.
understand it and don't understand
It's
Yeah.
not the purpose of this.
the little
group.
uncomfortable
Groups.
Groups.
groups. Change work.
No.
I don't know. I feel like
No offense.
these are for like process groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause I
you
feel like-
just said.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know either.
This is why like, I don't feel like this section applies to anything we do for these videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
nobody's
it
gonna
applies
watch
when we
this,
do
I'm sorry.
class, and it's the same exact
Yeah.
as class.
Yeah.
But
So we just
I think
so
this
what
is
do
just-
Yeah.
better.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just did a little bit. But I think, what's it? Now I don't even know. I feel like if we had a different topic, possibly
I
it'd be
was just
different.
gonna say
Yeah.
that.
But
I
since
limited
it's-
it
yeah.
with the topic, yeah. That's
But-
why you're not supposed to have
Yeah. But I mean, even if you didn't like limit it,
interesting.
I think we could have, in theory, gotten deeper. We could have challenged each other more.
it.
But again, since it's the first one, we're trying to get Katie used to it.
Also, yeah, the first one is always a little rough, so that might
Yeah.
be it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Alright.
She wanted to go first.
Challenge. I did.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, Molly challenged herself, so
True.
good job, Molly.
Yeah.
I think that like what she just said though, because it's the first one, we're just
Yeah.
like kind of like getting our toes wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like by the end, it's just gonna be like
Either
it's
great
gonna
or
be a lot
poop
easier.
show.
Yeah.
like more comfortable.
Was it a challenge for you to go first though? 'Cause
No,
you never
'cause
go
I really
first.
wanted to today.
She just wants to take a nap
Just
now.
saying.
Sit back.
Actually leaving after
Yeah,
She's gonna put a
She's
cardboard
got. She's
cutout.
like, her though it's my condition. Shit.
We just put up like Taylor Swift blanket.
Alright.
Amanda, please don't leave. We're laughing because we're uncomfortable.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh, God.
Yum.
I'm doing something right. Alright.
Yeah.
Process work as needed. Did I already say that?
No, I don't
No.
think we really did
I
that.
don't think we did
But I
that,
don't think
but-
it was as needed.
Yeah, I don't think it was like super called for.
Not needed yet. Evaluation.
We're doing that
That's what
now.
we're doing, and we're doing good.
And outcomes.
Oh, we never get to that part.
I know, 'cause
Right?
we never finish. Can I?
But-
So, what do you think about this, Katie?
What?
Like, how are you feeling right now?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like an outsider,
Sorry. No.
and
I'm sorry.
it kind of sucks. And like, even though it's interesting to listen to you guys talk about the groups and like what you learn about the groups and trying to teach me, I don't feel like you guys are trying to teach me. I feel like you guys are just kind of saying it because each of you already know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like a little lost, to be honest. So I don't feel like I learned a lot
Yeah.
from this group, other than I don't know what your class is, and
Right.
that's all I know.
Okay.
So
I think it's also hard because the things we learn, like we each I think understand in our own different way.
Yeah.
So
I think he sets it up like that on purpose.
Yeah.
which
Kind
is
of.
like you
Yeah.
kind of need to make things into your own. So like you may see something one way and I see it a little bit differently. So I'm trying to tell you like my point of view, and then like Molly will jump in with hers, and then Jess has her own idea. So it's a lot, and it's instead of just being like this is what it is, because like
it doesn't.
my idea
yeah.
of what it is already tainted by myself.
Yeah.
I mean that like in a good way. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've
But I
made
feel
it
like
mine.
even if it was concrete, it's still like I don't feel like you guys are too far off from each other in your views of like whatever the thing is, whatever the topic is.
Yeah.
It just is generally you just all say it and move on.
We've talked
Do
about
we
this a
learn
lot. It's one of those things that like you don't know you've learned it until
Until you're
you've
doing
done
it.
it,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh,
You just started by not starting.
yeah, and you're like, oh, that's why like when I like go through class, that's how I feel so much more comfortable with the starting by not starting thing because
Yeah.
I did it and like I saw it happen. So like being that person, like being a little out of it, I was just like, this is what I've been learning for this whole year.
Yeah.
I've seen it now once. Like I believe it. I believe it can happen, and it worked. So it's like I've got that like experience in my back pocket to like pull on.
Yeah.
But without that, confusing as hell. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. A lot of this stuff still I do not get because I have not experienced it.
I think with
Well,
possible.
wait, I don't want to cut you guys off, but do you want to like pause and use this for someone else's video?
Oh yeah, we're
So mine
we're
isn't
going
just
out.
like
Okay.
taking off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry guys.
Okay,
I
that
didn't
was
know
an
that.
hour.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Because
that would turn
That's
into
not
forever.
recorded at all.